7 o'clock.
Good night. Fokulele sleep without any pain from cavity. Make you brush with
5 o'clock.
Mummies and daddies, good evening, no. Don't forget to buy your pikin's favorite toothpaste, Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection. Because Colgate locks calcium in.
It's starting out!
The money that I collected is honorable that brought to
contribution to Nigerian peace.
Me, I want make all of now look at what comes in Nigeria when we want to take steps every day to make this country a better place.
And the new Nigeria is
education is telling them it's time to change.
All colors, shades, angles, and perspectives can be overwhelming in our present world of information overload. This is introducing Ground Zero. Ground Zero is a current affairs discussion phone-in program covering topical issues in the polity. The program is a platform for an in-depth analysis of trending issues by professionals, authorities in various fields, analysts, and key actors in the polity. Ground Zero gives the listener an opportunity to contribute to the discussion via phone call, SMS, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. From the conservatively serious to the ridiculously funny, Ground Zero accommodates them all. Professionals, urban contemporary businessmen and women, policymakers, public service workers, students, artisans, traders, and the in-between. Ground Zero comes up on Tuesdays from 5 to 6 p.m. and Saturdays 4 to 5 p.m. Ground Zero. This program is exclusive to Invicta 98.9 FM. Tune in.
It's another beautiful Tuesday, and you are tuned to Invicta 98.9 FM. It's time for Ground Zero, the program where we bring up topical issues in the polity, and together we analyze them and try to make sense out of them. But before we get talking, I'd just like to let you know that on the program today, we will be looking at the 39 students that were kidnapped in a school in Kaduna, and also a governor in Nigeria that said there was an assassination attempt on his life. Of course, would also be looking at different angles to it, and people coming to also claim that he may not be completely telling the truth. But whatever it is, we'll get to know in the course of the program. But first, let's take these messages while we set the stage for the program this evening. All right, green on the stage is set. Let's go straight into getting to introduce my guests on Ground Zero today, and also the topic and snippets of what we'll be discussing. My name is Ehis Admon. Ground Zero is a regular right here on Invicta 98.9 FM. We pick up topical issues in the polity and we discuss them and try to analyze them. Today on the program, we shall be looking at, first, Afaka 39. Parents give government 48 hours ultimatum to rescue kidnapped sons and daughters as some parents and students protest failure and negligence of government. And the second item we'll be looking at today is the president that has come out to speak on the attack on Benue State Governor. Governor Ortom, as a group, has claimed responsibility for the attack. And of course, the Governors Forum, Northern Governors Forum, the PDP Governors Forum are also condemning the attacks. My guest on the program today, I have a media consultant and analyst, Zwahu Yanwaidi. Zwahu, you are welcome to Ground Zero.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure.
I also have with me on the program this evening, Samuel Yohanna. He is a public affairs commentator. Samuel Yohanna, welcome to Ground Zero.
Thank you, Mr. Hiss, and good evening, listeners at home.
Okay, we are also hoping that Eddy Ochigbo will join us in the course of the program. And to be a part of the program, you go to the Invicta FM social media handles, starting from Twitter and Instagram, which is the handles are at Invicta 989. You see the post in respect of this program. You add your voice to it. Remember to always hashtag it Ground Zero. And on Facebook, it's Invicta FM Kaduna. You can watch the live video stream and also drop your comments and impression about what we are discussing. You can also go to the Invicta FM website where you can listen to the live stream all over the world. And it's at www.invictafmng.com. invictafmng.com. And for the program specific handle, it is ground 0247. Ground 0247. That's the Twitter handle of the program, where the conversation is always going on even after the program. So today on the program, without wasting much of our time, we'll go straight to talking about these issues that we want to discuss today. All right, let's go to looking at details of what we'll be discussing on the program today. And from there, so that you can have a clearer understanding of all of these. The parents of 39 of the students kidnapped at the Federal College of Forestry and Mechanization, Afaka, Igabi local government area, has given the federal government a 48 hours ultimatum to rescue their sons and daughters that were kidnapped. That's 13 days ago now. They gave the ultimatum at the press briefing organized by the parents of the kidnapped students at the premises of the school. That was yesterday. If you recall, there was a kidnap in the Federal College of Forestry and Mechanization, and the parents up until this time have not been told anything. That was the main reason for the press briefing and the protest that also happened just when the press briefing was going on. A statement signed by the chairman, Kambai Sam, and the secretary, Comrade Friday Sani, of the parents that of the kidnapped student. I'll just read a part of it. I will just read a part of the statement because it's quite long. It is now 12 dark days since the unfortunate incidents happened, and we as parents have not received any positive message from either the school management, the Ministry of Environment, under whose ministry the school is, or the Kaduna State government, under whose territorial jurisdiction the school is located. This silence is unacceptable, as it only feeds our hopelessness with each passing day. We have therefore called for this press conference to call the attention of the government at the state and federal level and all stakeholders involved, and indeed the world, to act with dispatch to ensure the immediate and safe release of our children. Okay? Like I said, it's quite long. I'll just jump to another part where he said, we do not think enough is being done. Indeed, the failure, negligence, or refusal of the government to keep us in the loop as regards the measures they are taking, as well as subsequent kidnap of students in Kaduna State, has heightened our anxiety on the safety of our children. We are, by this press conference, demanding that the government rescue our children by all means and within 48 hours, so that the process of their rehabilitation can commence, because the longer they stay in captivity, the worse off they are. Okay, let's go straight to the second item that we are looking at today on the program, which is Buhari speaks on the attack on Benue State Governor, as Rule claims responsibility for the attack, and PDP Governors Forum condemn attack. President Muhammadu Buhari has confirmed the attack on the Benue State Governor, Samuel Ortom, and condemned the attack. The president also called for an open and transparent investigation of the attack, saying whoever is linked to it should be caught and be made to face the law. The attack occurred when the governor visited his farm in the state. Although the governor narrated how the attack occurred, many Nigerians are questioning his narrative, also expressing doubt about the attack. The police have since commenced investigation. That's that from the president. But meanwhile, a group has come out to claim responsibility for the assassination, also saying that some other governors from other parts of the country that is not supporting their agenda are also marked for assassination. And the People's Democratic Party's Governors Forum also came out with a press statement condemning the attack and saying that it's an invitation to anarchy and that enough is enough. That's just a summary of it all. All of it is quite large, but we generally have an idea of what this whole thing is. But let's start from the first item that we have here. The students here in Kaduna State, that it's now 13 days that they've been kidnapped or adopted or have been missing, and the parents are not comfortable and they are demanding that the government should, within 48 hours, which would expire by tomorrow, rescue their children. Sam, Yohanna?
Yes, please.
What would be your take on this?
First of all, it's unfortunate this has happened, and by now, God knows the situation these abducted students are in. I don't know. I don't know how we operate. At times, when I go to the airport to drop someone, to pick someone, I see a security vehicle parked not too far from the gate.
Yeah, that's true.
And I thought that vehicle stays there 24 hours. But for these people to come, and because part of the picture that I saw trending on social media, there's a place they broke the wall.
Mm-hmm.
It was small opening and went in. Mm-hmm. And went and picked up the students while they were sleeping. I think for some of them escaped. Some escaped.
Yeah.
Because they would have taken more than that, the numbers they have now, but some escaped. And I don't want to believe that the government have not been doing anything. I don't want to believe because I am sure something is being done. And why it's taking this long not to rescue them is because the security agents don't want a situation whereby we'll have a lot of collateral damage. Because yes, rescuing them with force might be effort in futility where a lot of casualty might be involved. Because there's a video trending where the kidnappers, the abductors, was video covering them and giving them phone to speak. Mm. And the abducted students were saying that please don't use force to come and rescue us. Listen to the demand of the abductors and meet up with what they want so that we can be released. But I think the government is of the opinion that ransom will not be paid anymore. Because when this ransom are paid, that's where these people have been encouraged to continue kidnapping.
Okay.
So I'm very sure the government is doing something to get them abducted. But we feel the pain of the parents, honestly, because when I saw them protesting yesterday, I felt for them. You could see elderly people crying, like shedding tears. I mean, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
Zwahu.
Yeah, like my colleague here just said, it is indeed very, very unfortunate, the situation where we find ourselves. I think right now as it is, surely, I believe that government is doing something concerning these children. But I think where the problem is, even from the press statement that you just read, is the paucity in communication.
Yeah.
Okay, these parents do not know what is happening. They do not know what government is doing. And anyway, it's not going to be easy for them to know what government is doing, because if government comes out and says, we are doing this like this, we are doing this, then it is already exposing its hand in the whole of the situation. But there is supposed to be some level of people management, emotional management, because this is a time of heightened emotions, especially for those families whose loved ones are among the abducted, whose loved ones are in captivity. I mean, for them, probably they would, while they are hoping that their children, they will receive their children back alive, but for them, they would even wish to have buried the child.
And foreclose it.
And foreclose it. Let there be a closure in the whole thing than this torment that they are going through. And it is understandable that they will harangue government to be able to say something to them. I do not envy the government, under the circumstances. I do not envy the government because really, if you keep paying ransom, and these people, they have gotten us where they want to get us.
Yes.
They have gotten us where they want to get us. Remember some weeks ago, the executive governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasiru El-Rufai, came out, in an interview with the BBC Hausa. He clearly stated that they are not. He's not. In fact, other state governors around, were amenable to negotiation and paying ransom. But he said, look, quite contrary to what Sheikh Gumi was advocating, he and the governor of Niger State, are the only two that are not ready to go, because they said it is an exercise in futility. And I imagine that probably his hand was burnt the last time. In 2016, he came out himself. We didn't know. He came out himself and said, look, we went and paid some people. We followed them, said, look, your brother is the governor today, so please let bygones be bygones. We are paying you, don't come and kill our people again. Well, where have we found ourselves? In fact, that is on record. Probably the very first negotiation and payment, to these people. But they have continued, unabated. Okay, and he said, look, it is understandable that, and really, you can't trust a junkie. People are junkies by whatever means. Either junkie with power, junkie, on drugs, junkie on whatever. And you can't trust, and they have just very, very eloquently proven. So today, probably that's a lesson. And then, of course, having seen what has been happening in other states, Zamfara, Katsina, Kebbi, all other places. But the moment he made that statement and said, look, no negotiation, I knew that something was going to happen. The very following week, Kagara happened in Niger State, and that Niger State Transport
NSTA.
NSTA.
Was hijacked and the people abducted.
And Jengebe came
Jengebe was in
Zamfara.
Yes. So whatever happened. Where it was only a matter of time before Kaduna State would happen. And Kaduna State has happened. Okay, and that's where we find ourselves. And that is why these people, the abductors, they clearly came out and told the parents, the family members of the abductees, that, look, we are not talking about you. We have no business with you guys. So they want to break the backbone and the resolve of the government of Kaduna State and whomever. That is just the situation. So it is a battle of wits now that we are facing. It's sad that the parents and family members of these abductees are undergoing the situation, but then I don't know what better way.
Well, since we are here now, and the abductees, they want some negotiations.
Yes.
And the state government has clearly come out to say there's nothing like negotiation on the table at all.
Yes.
Now let's in retrospect, let's really look at and consider all of these things. First, the institution is a federal institution.
That's true.
It's not the federal government that has said it's not negotiating. And when this has happened in a federal institution, and it's part of what the parents are even saying, there's the Federal Ministry of Environment. This could belong to them. Shouldn't the federal government step in to do something about it, whatever they need to do about it. The most important thing is that these children should be returned, should come back home.
If I understand you, if the federal government steps in to come and rescue them, or to come and pay ransom, or to come and negotiate, I'm aware the federal government has never negotiated and paid any ransom. Never. Even those state governments.
They say.
Well, I don't think they're part of that.
Even
the state government. Yes.
Not Chibok, this other one.
Okay. Yeah.
The federal government said
Dapchi.
Yes. They went to some negotiations, sorted them out, and so if they done it before,
they never did that again because they saw what these terrorists did with the money that they got. They fortified the armory, and that's what these guys are doing. That's an audio. There's an audio where I don't know how true is it. That someone called one of the bandits. Kasanine, idea man shiga makaranta amando. Man ibiyara yanzu ko miliyan 500 gwamnati ta ba mu. Ai sai mu siyo makamai da shi.
Wow.
You know what it means.
Wow.
So they are hell bent on they must give them money before they release it. So that's why I see it might end up
if they insist on and the government insists on not giving.
It's a dicey situation.
I mean, you see, we are dealing with an adversary, with an enemy that we don't see, but the enemy sees us.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're all human beings ultimately. The enemy sees us and hears us.
Yes.
We are all human beings. And for goodness sake, these are poor students.
Yeah.
Mostly from very poor homes.
Yes.
Mostly from very poor homes.
Yes.
If this enemy is listening even to our conversation, let the human milk of kindness touch their hearts.
Yes.
So that they release these children. Because they are causing suffering and pain to people who do not deserve what they are causing to them. That is all. They are causing suffering and pain to people who do not deserve what, they are suffering.
Yeah.
If they want to deal with government, let them deal with government. I mean, if they want to, let them go and look at the highways, look at whatever. Let them meet people who are up there, or let them deal with government and government installations. Not poor people who are trying. In fact, a lot of those students, I believe, do not even have textbooks. There are lots of those students that were not able to buy handouts to be able to go to school.
They don't deserve what they're going through.
So,
if they are listening to us,
yes.
What's your message if they are listening to us?
That's what I've just said.
Let God touch their mind, please. Let them release these innocent students, honestly.
All right, you've had it. We believe that the humanity in them will take control and they should leave these children alone. Well, I believe that since the federal and state government are not negotiating anything, I know that some international organizations specialize in negotiations, like the International Red Cross International. I know they are into negotiations and stuff like that. What form of negotiation we don't know.
Yes.
I said negotiation. I didn't say pay ransom. They negotiate with them and they sort it out, whatever they need to sort out. You are listening to Ground Zero right on Invicta 98.9 FM, and we'll take some messages now. After these messages, we'll look at the second item we have, which is the assassination, in quote, attempt on the life of the governor of Benue State. Back from that commercial timeout, you're listening to Invicta 98.9 FM, and the program is Ground Zero. Today on the program, we have just looked at the protests by parents of the students that were kidnapped in the Federal College of Forestry and Mechanization, Afaka, Kaduna State. Next, we'll be looking at the attack on the governor of Benue State. The president has come out to condemn it. a group has come out to claim responsibility and even say they will do much more to other governors that are not in support of whatever their agenda is. And also, the Northern Governors Forum, the PDP Governors Forum, has also come out to condemn this particular attack. But so many people are reading different meanings into it, and we really do not know. Well, I do not have an opinion or a say in this. Let's find out from the guests we have in the studio their general impression about this. I'll start with Samuel Yohanna.
Yes, please.
A whole governor, let me put it that way, a whole governor attacked by bandits. Some say about 11 of them. The governor is saying about 15 of them attacked his convoy on his way from his farm, and they had to do everything possible to repel them. That is the story. But the story behind the story is that people are coming with various impressions and opinions about it. What is your take about this particular issue?
People are entitled to their opinions. And I'll say again, it's unfortunate that we have gotten to this level where a sitting governor is not safe. If we all remember, Governor Ortom has been having issues with herders in his state for a while now, where even the State Assembly passed a law that banning open grazing. What is happening now, I think, is a result of fallout of the law that has been passed by the State Assembly. But also, like we were discussing off this thing before, Mike, there are 3 stages in how the governor's security operate. There's an advanced team that will go first. Check how safe is where the governor is going to. Comb everywhere and bring a feedback before the governor even leaves. And as the governor is going, there's a security that's close to him that, in fact, before you get to the governor, you must kill all of them. Then the third group is the one that even after the governor is rescued, those ones will be fighting back till they finish the attackers or they chase them to where they feel they cannot catch up with the security again, and the security will leave. So I don't know whether there's a 5th columnist among the security outfits. For the attackers to know that the governor was going to be in this farm around this time, there's more to eat. There's more to eat.
There's a saying in Hausa that one day he saw abunka Afika wayo.
Yeah.
A thief that wants to steal your things. Okay. Yeah. He who wants that which belongs to you is cleverer than you are.
Yeah.
And he will devise it in spite of we fence our homes. Yet these fences are compromised. And then these people go in.
Yes.
Is it for lack of us having done anything?
No.
No. And it's not for carelessness on our part. It's just because that person is determined. So anybody who is determined will go out and do what he wants to do. And who says that they necessarily want to kill him? Okay? The important thing is to make a statement and to pass a warning. If they want to know that the governor is on his farm, they will know.
Yeah.
You know, they will plan. And who says that there are no 5th columnists all over the place? Okay? When was it in Zamfara State? Was it not a military man that was said to have been arrested? A military man who is supposed to fight against, these people. So these things,
with bandits.
Yes. From here to Maiduguri to whatever, they are all over.
So everywhere.
it's not strange. Okay? In fact, Governor Zulum, there was an attempt.
Not once,
not twice. So he had all the security compliments.
Yes.
Okay? And this thing still happened. And when people say that they find it strange that Ortom said he ran 1 kilometer, I say, some years ago, you remember the late Senator Danton?
in Plateau State. Yes.
When they went
to bury someone
at a burial where people were killed.
Yes.
And then they came after them again.
Yeah.
Okay, that's double wahala. Okay, they came after them, and Dantong and one other guy ran. They said they ran for about 2 kilometers, you know, and gassed out and died.
Yes.
Okay, so there is nothing strange here. There is nothing strange here. Okay, and the swiftness with which responses came from different groups. Yeah. Is it the Northern Governors Forum? Is it the PDP? Is it the APC? Even though APC dilly-dallied until after PDP said whatever they wanted to say, then they finally came out with it. But then very interestingly, from the presidency, the president himself. So it means that there is something it
has become too uncomfortable for.
Well, I don't know whether too uncomfortable, but there is truth. So whoever is saying that thing did not happen, well, I don't know what they are reading.
Yes.
But then it is obvious, okay? And I am telling you that many Nigerians wish that more of such caliber of people will be threatened. More of such if more of such caliber of people are threatened, then maybe they will be more serious in addressing this problem that is facing us. But for goodness sake, look at the Afaka 39 that are still in the bush in this crazy situation where one or two of them are pregnant and a lot of them not well clad because they were set to go to bed, or some of them were already
they were sleeping even when 3 a.m.
They were herded out of the place, and we are now crying because the people who may be able to do something, their family members, can't do anything because those people will not even listen to them. So if it were more of such caliber of people that are being threatened, maybe there will be a more determined effort to see to the end of this nonsense.
Okay, a group has come out to claim responsibility. Here, I want us to be very, very careful in our choice of words now. If possible, we know what it is.
Yes.
Let's avoid the names and all of that.
Yeah.
We know what it is. We know the agenda which I want us to be careful about. Yeah. I'm saying this because I need to be careful as a broadcaster.
Yeah.
Let me just put that ground rule.
Yes.
Let me put that ground rule. We have heard of it without naming names.
Yes.
We know what it's all about.
Yes.
Let's talk about it without naming names, please. I know Zwahu don't feel comfortable about this at all.
I'm not comfortable because whatever group it is, the question is whether it is true that that group was the one that sent that thing or not. Okay? Because for me, it is too fantastic for the group to come out and say, but it is in the public domain, FUNA.
Yeah.
And what does FUNA mean?
Well, let's leave what FUNA mean, but let's go to
I find it difficult to be able to talk about this.
I understand.
So
I understand
it. Make a comment on
I understand it. Please.
No, I can't make a comment.
Whether FUNAM or whatever group, when the group comes out to say this, the important thing is, what is the government doing about it?
No, the question is even to x-ray whether it is true. Now, we do not even know whether it is a group. We do not even know whether there is someone somewhere claiming
on their behalf.
So,
first of all, let the government find out if indeed there was a thing like that. If there was a thing like that. But now, groups coming out to claim, because it's not the first time that groups have come out to take responsibility for things that have happened.
And did it turn out that it was true that they did?
Well, to some extent,
circumstantially.
No, the attack on Zulu, has any group come out to claim responsibility on those previous attacks on the governor of Borno?
Oh, you're asking me a question?
Yeah, I'm asking you a question, Mr. Yes.
Well, I will throw the question back to you.
Because you said groups have been claiming responsibility not once, not twice.
Yes, when there are attacks in farms, between farmers and herders, where we know of groups coming out to claim and take responsibility.
No, that we know. That we know. If you say farm, that we know.
Yeah.
Well, it's there for the government to do the needful. Let them investigate and get to the root of it.
Okay.
Yes, because the one attack so many times. I mean, it's sending a very wrong signal. Very wrong signal.
Okay, sending a very wrong signal, and we are where we have found ourselves now.
Yes.
And so far, we have said there's a need for the government to up its game and do something about all of these attacks, and let Nigerians be able to sleep with their two eyes closed, and let our children be able to go to school and concentrate on their studies without any fear of whether there will be kidnapped
them or
anything that would happen to them.
Yes.
So, having said that one, I think let's open up the phone lines. Let's take some calls, and we'll also go to our social media handles and see what the people are saying and talking about. Okay, 081400989 and 07087800989 are the numbers to dial to add your voice to our conversation this evening. I have our first caller this evening. Hello, good evening, welcome to Ground Zero.
Hello, good evening. He's and the guest at the studio there.
Good evening.
My name is Commentator. In fact, as I'm speaking now, I'm on my knees, pleading with those people who receive their who kidnap the students of this school, 39 of them.
Yes.
And the attack on the governor. I'm on my knees begging them that they should, in the name of Almighty God, release these innocent children. Secondly, sir, you know, from the statement from the president that our borders are not safe, that even the people from the Libya, they are also, the arms in that place have been smuggled in. And the recent disagreement between the chief of staff and the army, that the CBN, that the 1 billion to buy arms was not properly utilized. So what do you want our Nigerian army to use? And I stand by His Excellency the Governor of Kaduna State, because if you look at the whole thing, sir, anybody who say will not negotiate these bandits, that state will be attacked. So there's no point. The governor should stand them and let us go on our knee and pray hard. I think God is going to do something. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, Comrade Gabriel. We have another caller. Hello, good evening, welcome to Ground Zero.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Heath.
Good evening, you are welcome to the program.
Okay, I greet you. I guess my name is Musa Bala.
All right, Musa Bala.
Yes, on the issue of the forestry students, it's unfortunate. And like for me, if government don't have means of getting back these people safely, they must negotiate. Then later, they put everything possible to stop it. I think you can only come out and say that you are not negotiating when you are fully kitted to protect the citizens. That is my own personal view. And on the unfortunate situation in Benue State, is absolutely unfortunate and absolutely non-acceptable, most especially from those unpatriotic politicians that will always want to use such situations to play politics with the life of the people. We have so many things about it, even though I don't want to take the issue of the governor run 1.5 kilometers, and he was able to count the number of attackers, and nobody is a victim among him or his aides, and even his car report shows that there was no any scratch. So as far as that issue is concerned, time will tell. All I know is that there were so many assassinations in Benue, and people will quickly come out and suspect or indict some people. Then investigation will later reveal other people are the one responsible. For those 2 religious leaders that were killed in the church, and many political killing, I think almost all the governors in Benue State have been attacked in one way or the other. But sometimes I used to get irritated when you have some irresponsible statement coming from our leaders, like the governor of Rivers State is telling us that the federal government should be held responsible. By the way, was Governor Ortom last 4 weeks not saying that anything happened to him? The governor of Bauchi State should be held responsible. Then why are you not blaming the federal government? Or why are you not saying that there will not be Nigeria again? Haven't we had such a situation whereby even leaders bigger than governors were killed in this country? Does that mean that's the end of Nigeria? We are equating our life of about 200 million to one person. In as much as we condemn, you don't threaten us that if anything happened to that governor, there will not be Nigeria. Was Tafa Balaya not killed in Nigeria? Was Mutala not killed in Nigeria? Was Sabana or Sokoto and Kintola were not killed in Nigeria? So why are you coming, instead of you to look at the issue and treat the issue as it should be, so that we will get to the root of the matter? You are threatening the entire country. A ward in Benue State, a fraction of a ward, not even the local government, is greater than Samuel Ortom. Because Benue State made Samuel Ortom, not Samuel Ortom that made Benue State, not talk of Nigeria. So I always conclude that there's no amount of power play with the people life that will threaten our corporate existence or will make anybody to come and tell us something in this country. Nigeria is better than any single individual or any ethnic group or any political party or any association or any section of this country.
All right.
An irresponsible statement will never take us backward. Good morning. Good evening.
All right. Thank you. Hello. Good evening. Welcome to Ground Zero.
Thank you, Mr. Yes.
Yes,
also Engineer Emmanuel.
All right, Engineer Emmanuel.
I think let me begin with the first one, the protest of the people.
Hello, Engineer Emmanuel.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, go on, please.
It's unfortunate. So I think the governor have done something that I'm happy. You know, these people, you can't trust them. They are criminals and they remain criminals. You know, if you remember, the governor of Katsina went to the forest, settled with these people, negotiate with them, but they betrayed the negotiation. They went and be doing what they are doing. Are we sure you settle with them, they will not send you the same thing? You know, this money that they are collecting is not castigating them, and they are having fun of it. So I think the only thing these children, anyhow they will do to rescue these children, let them rescue these children and put machinery in place to avoid future this thing to happen again.
Okay.
Then we go after these criminals and deal with them as a criminals.
Okay.
That is on that. Then concerning Ortom, it's just a matter of time. Let them investigate. It's not the first governor that has been attacked. Zulu was attacked twice. Now, all the statements, you know, politicians, they are always trying to protect their own interests. They don't bother about the interests of the masses. What about the common man that has been adopted? Who the federal government, did they make comment about it? Why is it because the governor? Is it not the privileges there? So please, everybody's life is important in this country. Their proper responsibility is to secure lives and property.
All right.
So that of Benue State government, I don't want to make issue. Those that have claimed responsibility, they should go after them and bring them to book. So I serve as a deterrent.
Thank you so much, Engineer Emmanuel. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Ground Zero.
Good evening, yes. I'm Kure by name.
All right, Kure, quickly, let's have your take.
Thank you. You just have said before. If it is the elite that are being attacked, honestly, I don't think we will be getting issue with them. Let them face the elite because they are the one that pass our grandparents' money and keep it under their children's custody. So they should be attacking them. I think engineer have said it. If it is the common man, nobody cares to know. Whether I see the parents now, they have to protest. So the parents that protested, honestly, I'm in support of them.
Okay.
The government should do this good and security. This knows whether they even buy their hand out or not, but they see what happens. So the government should do the needful. If they pay this one, another thing has come, they will know what to do. Have a wonderful day. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kuria. And with that, we will be wrapping up our calls. Let's quickly take a message from our Facebook page where we have Ilya Mary saying, good evening, Ehis and your guest. You have spoken well. I am with these parents too. The government should do something and bring our children back to us because we can't take it anymore. It's too much. No more confidence in the schools again. They have killed our education system. This is coming from Ilya Mary. Okay, we'll come back to the studio because we are actually running out of time. Let's just take our parting shots and see how we'll wrap up the program. I'll start from Samuel Yohanna. What would be your parting shots?
Yes, my parting shots are the government should do all it can to get these students rescued in good time. The longer they stay there, the more complicated it becomes for the parents and the abductees. Then for the security and attempt on Ortom's life, I think there is need for the government to do a due diligence and get to the root of it so that it doesn't occur again, please. It's becoming too many.
And to Zwahu Yanwaidi, what would be your parting shot?
You must have noticed that I went very quiet.
I noticed.
Okay. I'm interested in talking difficult talks. Okay. I'm interested in talking difficult talks. And when talking difficult talks, if there are facts out there, let us mention facts.
Okay.
It is not my opinion. It is not my opinion that when the Sultan talked about kidnappers, out of 100 kidnappers, you will find about 70 something that are Fulani or whatever.
Okay.
I didn't say it. It's a fact. It's there. The Sultan said it.
Yeah.
And I didn't say that. I'm not the one that said that the governor of Kaduna said he would not negotiate with Fulani.
No.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'm not. So these are facts. So if we are going to talk, let us talk facts and then sieve the noise from the signal so that we know how to find our way. If these things are happening and then for whatever reason we are being gagged and stampeded from talking, then we cannot move forward in this country. If I'm going to talk, I will talk with facts. But if it is opinion, I'll say, well, this is my opinion or whatever. But if it is facts, we mention the facts and then we address the facts as they are here before us.
All right.
So it is when we discuss difficult things as a people that we go out of difficult situations. That's my parting word.
Yeah. And indeed, it is when we discuss difficult things as a people that we come out of difficult situations. And with that, we come to the end of the program today. I sincerely want to thank Samuel Yohanna. He is a public affairs commentator and, of course, a politician too.
Thank you, Mr. Hayes. Thank you for the privilege.
All right. And to Zwahu Yanwaidi, he is a media consultant and an analyst. Thank you for having time to be on Ground Zero.
My pleasure.
All right. My name is Ehis Adno. Ground Zero is a regular feature right here on Invicta 98.9 FM every Tuesdays from 5 to 6 and on Saturdays from 4 to 5. We bring up topical issues in the polity, and with you, an analyst and guest in-house, we try to look at these things from different angles and shed more light to them. And like always would say, the opinions of guests and callers on the program are their opinions and does not necessarily indicate or show the position of Invicta FM. We create the platform for everybody to come have a healthy discussion, and that's exactly what we represent, and that's exactly what Ground Zero is doing. Like always, I would say, whatever your labors and aspirations in this noisy confusion of life, learn to keep peace with your soul, with all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams. It's a beautiful world that we live in. Be careful. Strive to be happy. Plant a tree today, water it, and watch it grow. Before you claim right of way, make sure you are safe and not sorry. I'm the peacemaker. I have a passion for crowd satisfaction.